Hey, good morning, everybody. Here we are on Wednesday, man. I just wanted to catch up real quick with you. Here we are at Hump Day, midweek Wednesday. As I prepare for Bible study for my youth, I just want to encourage you, to bless you, to, get to a Bible study in your local community, wherever you live at. If you're seeing this video, I encourage you, get down to your local church, get connected with your local church, with your local pastor, and push God's kingdom forward. And that's what we're about. We're about going God's kingdom and to expand his kingdom. It's not about growing your church. It's not about growing your pastor's vision. It's about growing God's vision and God's kingdom. And if he sends you to a pastor and to a specific church, is to establish his kingdom and his presence there and help bring forth the vision of that pastor that God's spoken to about pastor in that church. So never think it's about a man or it's about the building or it's about anything there. It's always about advancing God's kingdom. And whenever you're able to get a hold of that and strongly connect with that, you're going to be blessed. And you're going to be blessed partly because of four major reasons. I love studying the history of our walk with Christ. A lot of the kids talk about, I'm a student of the game, right? If they're athletes, they're students of the game of basketball, students of the game of baseball, whatever sport it is that they're into, they're students of that game. Well, this is what I'm into. I'm into about growing God's kingdom and letting people know who he truly is, right? So I'm a student of this game, going back to the histories of it, of following guys and understanding and reading, books about guys like Smith Wigglesworth, hearing ministers like Tim Story, and also hearing, about other individuals that are still doing it, like evangelist Philip Baker, who I study and I've studied and I've sat under his ministry back at a Bible college I attended years ago. And so with that, he talks about being blessed just because, right? It's just because you're blessed to be a blessing, and four major reasons why you are blessed that are going to come from that. I had wrote them down as, your faith, right? Your seed that you sow, being a steward of those things, and lastly, because of God's grace. Without God's grace, we don't have anything. There's nothing, right? And I'm so thankful for his grace that, to be blessed, to be a blessing to somebody else. That's the ultimate goal. Is I don't want to be blessed just to hold on to and say, oh, this is all mine. I want to be blessed so that I could be a blessing to somebody else. I want to sow seed into somebody else. I want to provide the help needed of other ministries to go out and to do the work of God and to grow his kingdom, because it all comes back to that. It all comes back to growing God's kingdom. So I just want to encourage you today, go out there, bless somebody, and watch God bless you just because he wants you to be a blessing to somebody else. So I encourage you to get out there, do God's work. Amen. And so just know somebody out there loves you. Somebody out there is praying for you. We're praying for you, and we're hoping to see you soon. Amen, amen, amen.